Right. We are on to the bike. Just had to take a day to do some paying work before I started, but first step is going to be, took out things I need and put them on the bike. But first step is going to be clearing all this off. And then disconnecting batteries and taking the harness off entirely so I can start over again. So, yeah, two ways to do things, either right or again. So, did this, wasn't right, too top heavy. So now I got to do it again. All right, put you in a stand and I'll start clearing stuff off. Where to go? There it is. At least I can just sit you on the table here and point you in the right direction. Show you what goes on. That's going to be locked until such point as I sell the other one, so I can use the big D-lock off of that. This, actually all the metal I'm going to be using on these battery trays came from a barbecue that I stripped for scrap aluminum. So that's good, that's something. But yeah, that's going to be the base of the battery trays. Kind of wish I had a, what's it called? Kajigger. Kind of wish I had a press brake. Bend that metal. This, one of the side trays off the, little plastic side trays off of the barbecue, and I looking at it and thought, I might be able to use that. Because I don't have a lot of room for large things in storage on this bike. I looked at this wonderful little basket and thought, I wonder if the curve of this would fit the curve of the bike. I measured it out, and it turns out I'm going to get a couple of bungees, because that just mounts up perfectly. I take a couple of bungees, side to side it goes good. I take a couple of bungees, I strap it down, and then I got a spot that if I need to carry something relatively large and flat, like a pizza box, could go there. But that's where that's going to go. So that doesn't need any modification at all, it just needs to be cleaned. So that's out of the way. More little scraps of steel with good 90-degree bends on them to aid somewhat in mounting. Up here, as you can see, that'll probably do a good job. So there's that. But now we got to get rid of these. The weighty beasts. So, let's see what it looks like when I undo the buckles. How bad this is going to get. Built this thing was so solid. It is really well built. I'll give it that. It is built to last, unfortunately. I don't want it to last right now, I gotta undo it. Probably gonna have to undo, well, not undo the wiring, but I'm gonna have to reroute some of the wiring. It's not gonna come up top of the seat anymore, it's gonna have to come up somewhere down the side. Oh, look at that. So weight's off of the bike. It's not doing a wheelie anymore on standstill. There. One. Come on, you cocksucker. There. There's the other. And there's a harness. Might have to reuse some of this in mounting up these new trays, just to stabilize it as it's dangling. Now, you can see how much weight and pressure there was on that. Hopefully that foam will decompress and come back out, but as it stands right now, it's not loosened. Let's see what we got underneath here. Where'd the fucking... there it is. That. A key. Let's open up this seat. See what we're working with. We are working with that cut I made in there. So I'm going to go back in here. It's all going to go underneath now, which is no problem. That just means this will be a big storage area, including down there. What I'm going to do is build a bucket that deep. It'll sit there as a big wide space for storage. Well, a big deep space for storage for carrying bigger things. Storage is always good. Let's see, what do we got down there to work with? Lots of room. Lots and lots of room. We got good bits of frame here and there to mount things to. That's good. I am gonna pop this whole box out. Okay, we'll do that. We'll pop this whole box out, see where we stand with the frame structure to attach these boxes to once I build the battery boxes. I'll show you that. It's got interesting. So, the initial idea, let's see, the width of this box, or the length of this box, and the long axis is that. So, the tray is going to have to be a little wider than that. We'll go between these two bolts here, that one there, and this one here. We got enough room. We actually have enough room to mount it flat on there. That's good. So, the box can go there for the battery tray. And on the other side is identical, and these are actually, I have to show you from the inside. You can see right down there, that is a metal plate. See if I can show you that. Chunk of metal where that bolt attaches to. That is a heavy strut right off of the swing arm. This bolt here on this heavy strut, right down where you can see my finger going, that mounts right to the swing arm hinge. So that's good. That is a good heavy place to lock everything up. Oh, chain's a little loose, that's no problem. I don't use it that much anyway. But yeah, that's the bottom. The top. How are we going to mount this? We're going to have to hang it, which means those straps are going to come in useful after all. It can hang over this pipe here, right there. So we'll have to build some attachment, which will go from here on the box up into the frame somewhere, or there's a mounting point right here on this heavy strut. I don't know if you can see it that well. Focus, you fuck. That heavy strut right there bolts here. This Well, I taped it because this little piece of plastic keeps coming up, but there's a bolt directly there that I can use. And it's roughly centered between the two bolts there, so I can build a strap or harness to go from the edge of the box together to that on both sides again. That's good. That means less work. And also that swings everything back, keeps the weight on the back and down, keeps the weight low, keeps on the back. But that allows plenty of room for the pedals to go around with a foot on them. As you can see, my foot does not go to the point where it hits that first bolt, which means it will be rideable. So, let's do this. Talk to you next time.